Hey, greetings at WPCode Studio. Today we are going to learn about how the code is smarter, not harder. So in this video, I'll show you how to set up GitHub Copilot with VS Code and its use cases and how it actually used to write code on VS Code using AI. Before we initialize the core concept that we should know, so let's take a look at what's in this video actually. Number 1. Install and set up GitHub Copilot with VS Code. Number 2. How to use GitHub Copilot to write code. Number 3. Tips for using Copilot smartly. And number 4. When not to use Copilot. Gradually we're gonna learn these 4 steps. So now without any more delay, let's get started. So in this initial step, we're going to install GitHub Copilot on VS Code and sign in with our GitHub account. So first open your VS Code editor, and then if you don't have installed it yet, then simply go to your browser and just search VS Code and simply click over this first tab, and then it will take its official website. Then you just need to download this VS Code from this website. So for that, just click over this icon, then it will start downloading that. It seems to be you have downloaded and installed it. For that, we can go one step further. So that's why we should jump over this extension panel that comes from sidebar, or click on this, or you can press Ctrl+Shift+X. So simply click over this icon, extension icon, then it open, and then just simply search GitHub Copilot. So write it here, GitHub Copilot, and you will see this official extension that published by GitHub. Just simply click over this extension, and you can see here this is powered by github.com. That's why this is the official extension that powered by GitHub. So then just simply click on install. It will take a few seconds, I think. Once it has installed complete, just close this tab, and right after installation a pop-up will appear and asking you to sign in with GitHub account. But unfortunately, if that pop-up could not appear, so what it would be? So that's why we need to click over this icon, and then it will ask you to sign in with GitHub account. But what if you don't have one? So for that, just simply go to your browser and write down github.com. then it will take you to its official website. From here you can create your free GitHub account with Google, and I hope you can do it yourself. So let's come back to our code studio, and here we will log in with our GitHub account. So for that, we're gonna click over this icon, just press, and now you can see this pop-up is appeared in front of us. So what we need to do now, we need to click over this continue with GitHub account. So then it takes me to this login page, and now in this time we have to log into our GitHub account. So you should remember one thing, that only you can enter your email address that you were used to create your GitHub account. So I'm going to enter my email address and password for logging to my GitHub account. So let's do it. And then enter that password and click on the sign in button. Now right after that, it asks me to continue this GitHub account with VS Code. So for that, we have to click over this continue button, just press on it, and then it will ask you to open that VS Code. So just open it, and then it will take you to this VS Code. Since our first part has done, then we're gonna jump over the next part, that's coding, how to use GitHub Copilot to write code. So for that, simply click over this icon, but unfortunately this is not working. But also here we can see a message that's called sign in to use Copilot GitHub. But already we have logged into our GitHub account through this VS Code, but still it's awkward. If you also encountered with this kind of issue, then simply follow this next step, like just click over this account menu and then choose this option backup and send setting. Just click over it and then click sign in, and then you can see this this is my account, that's username called devsrocky. Just going to hit on this, and then it will ask me to accept the GitHub Copilot with this VS Code. So for that I have to place over this accept remote setting. And now it's loading. It takes a few seconds, just wait. So in this time, if we hover over this GitHub Copilot icon at a time, here we can see a message it's like a pop-up that mean everything is perfect. So let me hit over this and now this chat box is appeared here. So here you can say anything that you need. So before that, let me make sure one thing, that our left hand side there we can't see any file because still we did not have created any file. So first of all, we're going to create a file. So for that, let's write it right here, create a file and save it as taste.js and hit enter. Now our file has been created. That means everything is perfectly working here. So in the next time, we're gonna create a function like for factorial calculation. So for that, we have to write down here. Create a function to calculate the factorial of a number. And now hit enter, and then the function will be created. Well, it's worked nicely. So now if you have to keep it, so for that you need to click over this keep button, or if you don't want this, just hit over this undo. So I'd like to have this, so for that I'm going to click over this keep button. So for that, let's make it and save it. Actually it works. So if I simply put, then Copilot understands your comment and writes code based on it. So it's like your coding buddies. That means since today AI is your coding friend. So everything you can generate through this. This time I'm gonna share with you 3 tips about using Copilot smartly. So the first tip is write clear comments. So Copilot respond better when your comment is meaningful. For example, write create a responsive navbar instead of just navbar. So let's make it. For that, we're gonna say here, create a responsive site. So navbar instead of just the file name will be index.html and hit enter. Now the file will be created, and then all the code will be generated through this AI. So now we're gonna talk about part 3, where I will share 3 tips for using Copilot smartly. So here are a few pro tips to use Copilot for more efficiently. So the tips number 1 is write clear comments. That means Copilot respond better when your comment is meaningful. For example, create a responsive navbar instead of navbar. And this tips number 2 is use it for boilerplate code. So it's great for things like form validation, loops, array methods, etc. And tip number 3 is don't fully rely on Copilot. Always review the code. Copilot is powerful, but it's not perfect. This part 4, we're gonna tell you about how not to use GitHub Copilot. So number 1, sensitive logic like security or authentication. So Copilot may generate insecure patterns or expose vulnerabilities, making it unreliable for critical logic. And number 2, Writing backend logic that must follow strict rules, because it might overlook business rules or data constraint, leading to incorrect or unstable backend behavior. And number 3, exam or test scenarios, because it can be considered cheating. Using Copilot in assessment undermines fairness and prevent genuine skill evaluation. So that's how you set up and use GitHub Copilot in VS Code. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to WPCode Studio for more tutorials like this. And let's keep learning and building with AI. So this is Devs Rocky. See you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.